Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to To Be Determined. Hope you're having an amazing day. Today we're going to talk about how to easily do dropships in the Kudra boss fight without having a Terminator. But before we get into that, please make sure that you are subscribed. Currently, over 90% of you aren't subscribed, so if you could help us out with that, that would be amazing. All right, guys, thank you so much for all the support recently. It's been insane. Let's get into the video. Alright, so today we're going to go over how to beat dropships, but before we get into that, we have to talk about how to get to the tier of Kudra where you can fight dropships. So to do that, you first have to have your combat level up to 24 to warp to the Crimson Isle, and then to unlock the Kudra boss fight, you have to finish your faction quests, so you'll choose either Barbarian or Mage. I have a video on all the Barbarian quests, how to beat them, but I haven't done one on the Mage faction yet. So if you're a Barbarian, you can check that one out. But after you beat those quests, you're going to need to acquire 1,000 reputation to be able to unlock the hot tier Kudra. As you can see here on the top middle of my screen, I have almost 7,000 reputation, so we definitely have it unlocked. So let's warp back here to the hot tier Kudra. To get into the Kudra, you have to come back here to the Forgotten Skull and then talk to this guy right here. You need to have 4 people in your party with 1,000 reputation and 200,000 coins in their bank, and then you can warp in and start the boss fight. Now the hardest part of this boss fight is, of course, the dropships, which is what we're going to focus on mainly today. Now, a lot of people, when they fight a hot tier Kudra, they'll ask for a Terminator user and a Hype Mage. Now, you're still going to want a Hype Mage because Hype Mage is just overpowered for pretty much everything at this point in the game, but you don't actually need a Terminator. I'm going to show you guys a strategy to beat the dropship without the Terminator. So what you are going to need is about a 2 to 4 mil coin setup. You're going to want 2 or 3 pieces of terror armor, and then you're going to want a pair of spider's boots. So you'll wear the spider's boots and the 3/4 terror armor or half terror armor with whatever other piece you decide to use. You can use a tarantula helmet or something if you want to, warden helm if you're rich, but you'll notice that the ability on the terror set is what we're going to really be focusing on today. The tiered bonus Hydra Strike. Successful arrow hits grant 1 stack of Hydra Strike. Each Hydra Strike stack makes your arrows fly 35% faster and deal 15% more damage. That part we don't really care about. This next part is the important part. At 10 stacks, your bow fires 2 extra arrows. So what this means is basically, if we go down here to these magma cube riders and we just shoot, we're shooting 1 arrow and then we start shooting 3 arrows. So basically this is like having a mini Terminator. Now you'll notice that I said you need a 4 mil setup at the least, but I'm out here with a 20 mil Juju right now. Well, you don't actually have to have a Juju to beat the dropship. The way the dropship's health works is just like spooky mobs and Jerry's. When you shoot them, no matter how much damage your weapon has, how much strength or crit damage you have, it's going to deal 1 damage. So what really matters is how many hits you're getting on the dropship, not how much damage you're dealing to it. So you'll notice the terror set really helps you out with dealing damage. So why do you need the spider's boots? Well, the dropship flies around above you, so this is really just going to help you to stay close to it. So what you'll do is you'll use the spider boots ability, which is shifting. It lets you float. It costs a little bit of mana, so you might want to get a decent mana reforge, which is honestly a good idea for pretty much everything right now. Mage is the meta for sure, but hopefully you won't have to use it for too long. But it allows you to double jump by sneaking midair. If you really need to, you can put ultimate wise on these, but you shouldn't have to. But that's pretty much the strategy. You're just gonna run, jump, and use your terror boots as you're shooting. You'll be spamming your bow the whole time, but you don't need a Juju or a Terminator because you can actually substitute these for the artisanal short bow, which you buy back here at the weaponsmith. Right here, the artisanal short bow, it costs 600 coins. So cheap. You can enchant it if you want to, but you really don't need to, at least not for this. You'll just buy it and then use it for whenever the dropship shows up. Now, while the dropship is not here, you can use whatever setup you want. Personally, I usually use my Crimson set, or if I have somebody else to help clear and I don't really need to worry about it, I'll wear this set so that I can just sit on the cannon and not worry about taking damage, because I am very tanky in this setup. But if you're not hype maging, then that's a good setup. But this strategy is really nice. I would recommend getting at least 2 people because the setup is really cheap, and it just makes sure that if you happen to miss a few shots, you don't have to worry about the dropship. Still, you'll be able to clear it out really quickly with this strategy. Of course, someone with a Terminator still won't hurt, but But this way, if you're struggling to find someone, you can buy this setup yourself and use it. But here's a look at the artisanal short bow with this terror setup. You'll notice it's going to start shooting 3 shots here in a second. There we go. It's shooting 3 now. After you get 10 hits, it starts shooting 3. So even the artisanal short bow is going to work with this setup. So that's really the main thing that you're going to need. Like I said, you can always wear another set while the dropship's not here. But when you see the dropship pop up, you back up off of your cannon, swap to your terror and spider boots, take out your short bow and start spamming him. And then you can drop back down, swap to your other set, and continue hitting the Kudra tentacles with the cannon. But I hope that helps you guys out. Have an amazing rest of your day, and God bless.